This definitely feels strange. Hello, welcome back. My name is Amanda and this is Birch and Lily, my channel all about knitting. I haven't been here for a while. I had a baby. If you didn't know, got her on the monitor here, babies are a lot of work. And so I haven't had a chance to record for a while, but she's now sleeping in her own crib, which gives me a little bit of time in the evenings, which is kind of nice. So I just really wanted to sit down and get kind of back into the groove of things. I don't know how back into the groove of things this is going to be. To be honest, I think I looked at my YouTube channel, the back end of it, a couple weeks ago, and I hadn't had a video go up for like 120 days. It's been a while. I stopped recording before the baby came, and then my baby is 4 months old now, or almost 4 months old, so it's been a while. But yeah, I'm excited to sit down and chat and kind of get back into the rhythm of things. I miss doing this a lot. I know it's going to be a lot different. I'm not going to be able to record and edit this and get it up within 2 days like I used to before. This might take me a week or two to get up, but I'm just excited about sitting down and doing it. So yeah, what did I usually say? I think I literally can't remember. Everything I talk about today will be linked down below in the description. My socials are all there. I'm getting better at posting on Instagram again, so you can get like more weekly, daily, when I have the chance, updates there. We'll see. I want to try and get back into doing this like every 2 weeks, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not promising anything, but yeah, I will talk a little bit more if you're interested about baby stuff at the end of this episode, but I did want to talk about some knitting because I have had some time to do some knitting, also some crochet. I can't remember the last time I crocheted, so that's been kind of fun. Yeah, let's get into things. We'll see how it goes. I'm so glad to be back, and yeah, I'm gonna say yeah and a lot, I feel like, in this episode. I'm sorry. We'll see how much editing I have time to do, but let's jump on in. I have one finished object that I finished before baby arrived. I have one that's basically finished. It's still wet, kind of. So I'll hold it up and then I'm gonna have to re-pin it down when I'm done. I'm literally sitting on the floor of my new craft room in the basement. We built a craft room, or a room in the basement for me before the baby arrived, and then baby came early, so it really wasn't ready, and so it's still quite a disaster. I don't even know if I can like kind of give you a peek. It's pretty bad. But it's getting there slowly. I have shelves. I have some yarn on some shelves, so I'm sitting on the floor because I don't have a chair in here and there's no place to put a chair anyways. So yeah, okay. I have one finished object, my Kintra. I did, like I say, finish this like right before baby came. I got it blocked and then I haven't even woven all the ends. To be honest, I'm wearing it and there are ends dangling out. But I just put it on for the first time today and I'm really happy with the fit. I know something I had talked about while I was working on this ages ago was that this is a yoke sweater. And I don't usually like how a yoke sweater fits, but I wanted to test this one because it also has a little bit of raglan shaving added into it. And wow, does that make the yoke fit great. Let me kind of get up as much as I can here, but I feel like I don't get that awkward, like it lifts, but the amount that a normal sweater would lift. There's no like weird awkward lifting. I am really happy. I think it fits great. Yeah, if you look at the underarm there, like there's no weird yoke bunching. It fits really good. It moves really good. I did crop this, which is, we'll do that really quick. Here's my sweatpants. I did crop this a little bit. I think the length is great. I was obviously guessing because when I was knitting this, I had a very large belly. There was a child in there, so I was kind of guessing and basing it off of sweaters I had before. Also guessing what my bust was going to be like. I think I did pretty well with that as well. So overall, I am pretty darn happy with the fit of this. Gosh, I don't even know if I said the full information about this. This is the Kintra sweater. It's a pattern by Clow. It came out 4 or 5 months ago now. There are 2 different versions in it, a DK weight version and a fingering weight version. My baby's moving, but I think she's still asleep. DK weight version and a fingering weight version. This is fingering weight, and I knit it up size 5. I knit it out of Woolberry Fiber Co. Berry Merino, which is 100% superwash merino. That is my main color, and it is called Summer Holiday. And then for all of my minis here, there are 24 different colors in the yoke. This is my Stress Knits advent calendar. It was called Planty Holidays, I believe, from 2022. Gosh, yeah, 2022. So, old calendar, but I'm really glad I got to use it up. I think it worked beautifully for this sweater. I'm very, very pleased. So, and very pleased trying it on. I do obviously need to finish weaving in a whole bunch of ends. You should see the ends that are tucked up in the sleeve, but I think it turned out really good. I think it's really pretty. It's too bad it's summer now and a little, well, almost summer. And I'm not going to be wearing sweaters anytime soon, but it'll be ready for me in the fall. So yeah, happy with the fit of that. I think it turned out great. I think that's all I'm going to say. Like I said, I am a little rusty on this, so is what it is. I'm actually going to move this camera a little bit so I have, yeah, a bit more room to hold stuff up. So the other project, like I said, I have a almost finished object. This is something else everything. No, I have a couple new starts. I started this before baby came as well. This is my Roadtrip Shacket. And I'm gonna have to be careful holding this up because like I said, it's wet. But I just finished this 2 days ago maybe and got it blocking. This is a pattern by Deglon, and it came out not too long ago either. It's basically a really nice, big, huge, oversized jacket with a really pretty textured pattern on the top here. It's got a collar. I've never knit a collar, so that was fun. It also has applied pockets, which I've never done. Oh, no, I have on a t-shirt. By Gently Chaotic Knits. Cannot remember the name of it, but I did do an applied pocket on that. But I've never done a pocket flap, so I thought that was pretty neat. And yeah, I think it turned out great. It's definitely, I maybe chose one size too big. I think I was overestimating the size of my bust after the baby arrived, but I think that'll be okay. It's just going to be a really cozy, oversized jacket. So that will be just fine. Baby has stopped wiggling. That will be just fine. I'm more than happy with that. I think it'll be a really nice like fall throw on over top of an outfit and keep warm thing. So very pleased with that. It also has beautiful like a curved hem on the sides. It basically looks like an oversized men's. There's a spider on the floor. Oh dear, what can I do? Wait a moment. You are not welcome here, sir. This is the problem with having a craft room in the basement now. You are not welcome here, Sir Spider. I'm gonna put doors on these cabinets eventually. They are the Billy shelves from IKEA, and so I have the glass doors for them, so my yarn will be protected. But for now, not so protected. Anyways, where was I with this? It has the curved sides on the hem. It's basically like a really oversized men's dress shirt. So, very pleased with this. I guess I could try and throw it on. No, it's too wet. We will do that next time when it has buttons. I haven't decided on buttons yet. I kind of think I want like a shanked button as opposed to a button, if that makes sense. But there we go. So yeah, I'll stop holding this up because it's damp. I will get this laid out on the floor quickly in a second. But very happy with how that turned out. I think it's really pretty, and I wove in all the ends on it. I had a lot of ends to weave in. There is some seaming on here. If you're not a seaming person, you probably wouldn't enjoy it, though you might be able to, No, you definitely have to seam. So there's some seaming, but otherwise I think it was really fun. The construction was really unique. I'm excited. It looked beautiful on before I blocked it, so I'm really excited to see now that everything is opened up and is laying nicely. So yeah, I knit the size 4 for that, and I used Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in Haze Heather. I'm excited to see how it feels blocked. It's definitely a more rustic-y yarn. It is a non-superwash, so if that's not your thing, you might want to go for something more like, I'm trying to think, Knit Picks, what is there? Swish. Maybe Swish, something like that. That's a little bit softer. So yeah, otherwise, very happy with that. Got a sweater quantity out of my stash. I'm really trying to get through stuff I have in my stash this year, so that was exciting as well, and I'm pleased with the outcome. So I'm gonna get that laid back out so it doesn't get all weirdly wrinkly. And I don't know why I started moving that before I finished saying what I was saying, but I'm gonna get that relaid out on the blocking mat in front of me as best as I can. Probably gonna have to repin it a little bit after I'm done, but I'm very happy with the outcome of it. Yeah, the button band is definitely still rolling on there a little bit, so I'm gonna have to reblock, or repin that rather, when I'm done. But now that I'm thinking of it, one project I want to talk about. Where are you? Be right here. No. It might, oh gosh, it's all the way over there. Okay. Like I said, this is not going to be nearly as polished as normal, but I'm just excited to be recording again. That was my main goal of the evening, so really glad to be doing that. Next I wanted to show you my Blur cardigan by Sarah Opie. I worked on this a lot when baby girl first arrived. I had a lot of knitting time then while she was napping during the day. And then she slowly started taking less naps, and I started losing my time to work on this, and I haven't really picked it up since then, but I've got quite a bit done. I just have one sleeve left. I also had a little bit of troubles with this. I knit the sleeves or the one sleeve to pattern, and then I ran out of yarn, and so I had to do a little bit of math and fiddle it out. Let's backtrack. I'm knitting the size 5. I'm using a whole mix of Woolberry Fiber Co. Club colorways from years ago, some of them, to do this. It's a faded sweater. This is the Blur cardigan, again, by Sarah Opie. And I'm doing the 8 color fade. I think there's options for anywhere from a 4 color fade to, this is 4, to 8 colors. And she has it written out for each size. And so for the 8 color fade, in the pattern, you only use 7 colors on the arms, and I rejigged it to use all 8, and I'm fine now. So I think I've got a lot done since last time this was shown. I think I might have only had like the yoke raglan done on this and not any of the body, but I do now have the whole body and one whole sleeve, and I have the other sleeve started. This was just really hard to pick up because you're working and alternating 2 skeins the majority of the time, and so it hasn't been something I picked up. Like I said, I've been crocheting, and I found crochet is really easy to work on when you are waiting for a baby to wake up from a nap, or just dealing with a baby in general. She slept on me. She would only sleep in my arms for about the first 3.5 months of her life, and so I found I could crochet with her on my chest, and it was a lot easier than knitting. So I did a lot of crochet, and you'll see the fruit of that soon. There's some other stuff I did, but I didn't think to grab them. So anyways, I'll be talking about one of the projects. But back to my Blur cardigan. Like I said, I worked on this a lot at the beginning of her arrival. The fade doesn't look nearly as good on my camera, which is unfortunate because it's absolutely beautiful. It looks a little blocky on camera, but it is a garter stitch, or sorry, no, the whole sleeve is purl stitch. The body is garter, and then you have these raglans that are in stockinette. And the button band is double knit. It's worked at the same time as the body, which is really nice, so you don't have to apply it afterwards. And it also then has the fade to it. And what else? I did put buttonholes on this, so eventually I will add buttons. Just a 1x1 rib on the bottom here, as well as on the cuffs. And yeah, it's been really fun to work on. It fits me so well. I'm very pleased with the fit. I really need to pull this. It was sitting down here for some reason. I don't know why, but I need to pull it out and bring it upstairs again so I can get this finished because I'm so close to finishing it. So should really just get going on that and get it done. Yeah, a beautiful pattern. Sarah is so great at writing fade patterns, and to have individualized fade instructions for every single size is insane. I think there's like 70 some documents included in the pattern so that every single fade option has a sheet itself telling you exactly what you're doing on every single row. So I thought that was pretty darn incredible. But yeah, got quite a bit done on this. Very pleased to finish it soon. Oh, it's so pretty. I would definitely knit another one of these. It's a great way to use up those like weird random single skeins of yarn in your stash. It's all fingering weight held double, and that's part of how you get that really good fade to it, is holding the fingering weight double. So yeah, very pleased with that. Like I said, I'm going to bring that upstairs with me so that I can get it all finished because it's so close to being finished. What else have I worked on? So this is, I don't know how great I'm going to be able to hold it up because it is scrunched up on some short-ish needles right now. So I'm working on the button band, but this is the Ariana cardigan. It's a pattern by Christoffers. It is a free pattern, and it is a granny square cardigan. So yeah, I think I'm just going to hold it up backwards, and then I'll kind of show you the button band and stuff. But this is the back of it. It's still a little scrunchied on here. Here's a sleeve. I do have the sleeve cuffs done now. It is such a beautiful pattern, but it is so hard to follow. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself every single time. I'm going to talk about the size and stuff first. So I originally thought I would knit, there are only 2 sizes in this pattern, which is a little unfortunate, but it's free, so it is what it is. I was originally going to knit the larger size, and then I started putting it together, and I was like, holy crap, that's too big. So I dropped down to the smaller size, and I'm very glad I did. It says it's supposed to be for a 40-inch bust, which I'm like a 46-inch bust right now, but it fits me just fine, and my squares are on gauge. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I'm very glad that I did do that. And yeah, otherwise you make a whole bunch of granny squares and some granny triangles and blah blah blah, connect them all together and add the ribbing and stuff after. So I could not follow the pattern. I ripped this out 2 or 3 times before I was so lucky to find a written up diagram by someone else on Ravelry of how to put it together that made sense. It had pictures, diagrams, everything. That's the only way I was able to get this together. So I'm going to try my best to remember to link that down below. If I don't, please leave a comment and let me know, and I will make sure that I do, because it was the only way that I was able to get this cardigan together. There's no way that I would have otherwise. It was way too complicated and hard to follow. And that's for someone who considers themselves a pretty seasoned knitter. So I feel like that says a lot. Anyways, it's all together. I have the whole bottom hem knit. The cuffs are knit on both the sleeves, and I'm just doing the button band. I am on the buttonhole row right now. Before I came down here to film, after I got my little lady to bed, I had just figured out where the buttonholes were going to go. So I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know what's going to pick up on the camera down here in the basement, how it's going to sound, anything, because I've never filmed down here before, so this is all kind of an experiment. Anyways, yeah, I'm working on the button band. I think I might be able to finish this tonight, which would be really cool. But if you can see, in my tired pregnancy state, I did not weave in any ends. So I have a lot of ends to weave in before I'm going to be able to block this. But it looks really pretty on camera. My photos on Instagram have sucked lately. Instagram has changed somehow, and when I upload my photos, they like gray out and mute, and I can't figure out how to fix it. So it looks nothing like this on Instagram, which is so disappointing, but I think it's really pretty. So yarn, I'm using the call for yarn, which is Barocco Lannis, which I think is a non-superwash wool. I don't know if there's anything else mixed in there. I don't have a ball near me to look at, but the lightest color, my ribbon color here, is called Steel Cut Oats. I'm missing a color on here. Steel Cut Oats. I could pull it up. I have my computer right here. One moment, please. So, Steel Cut Oats is the lightest color. The green is Sage. The darker purpley brown sort of color is Iris, and the light purple is called Phlox. So, yeah. I didn't use the colors called for in the pattern, but the same yarn. I was having a sad day and wanted to order some yarn, and so I was like, you know what? I've been having a good time doing some crochet. I'm gonna order the yarn for this. I've always wanted to make this, and we're gonna do it. And I think it was a good choice. I definitely had some postpartum depression. I will be honest with that, and so I finally feel like I'm getting out of it, and I'm starting to feel like myself, so that's good. But this was definitely a sad postpartum day that I ordered this yarn, but I think it's got a beautiful outcome. It's got some good memories in it of working on it with my little girl around, and I think it's gonna be so pretty when it's done. So I'm excited to show that when it's not scrunched up on the needles so much, but I think it's turning out really well. Two other projects that really don't have tons of progress on them, but I wanted to show. The first here is, have you ever worked with drops air? Oh my gosh. I've never worked, oh no, I have worked with a blown yarn. Knit Picks has a blown yarn, and I've worked with that before, but I haven't drops air, and I love it. Anyways, these are both in the middle of a row, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is the Chunkigan by Ulven Knit. It is a pattern I'm testing. I'm testing again. I'm only doing like one at a time, but it's nice to kind of have a goal again, other than raising my child. I love raising my child. She's amazing. She's the sweetest thing in the world, but it's nice to have something outside of that. That's a little bit of a timeline and a goal and something to work towards. So yeah, I'm working on this. It is an all over brioche cardigan, and it's going to be really super long. I'm sure I have a photo on the screen, but it's going to be so lightweight with this blown yarn. I'm so excited. I'm knitting the size 4. Really excited. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to turn out really, really pretty. And the brioche is so nice and relaxing to knit. It's just a simple brioche stitch. So working on that. And then I also do cast on something for my daughter. Let me grab the other yarn here. I just have the one color with me. So I am using Hobie Friends Cotton 8-4. This was sent to me by Hobie. Hobby, I never know what to call it. I really should ask. They sent this to me in exchange for a couple posts, just so you know. But I am working on the Miss Orchid Romper by Nash Knits. The moment I knew I was having a daughter, I knew I wanted to make this pattern, and I just haven't had a chance to start it. So I want to have this done for her to wear this summer. So these colors are Oat Milk and Dusty Mauve. I really like this cotton. It's working up quite nicely. I have the, again, I'm in the middle of a row, but I have the whole back and the 2 front portions done, and I'm now just working back and forth. It's so tiny, but it's so big compared to the first sweater I knit her. My gosh, she's grown so much. It's crazy. Babies grew, I knew babies grew fast, but I didn't know they grew that fast. So yeah, just a little bit started on that. Now I'm just working back and forth in stockinette. And I'm really excited to continue working on that. So yeah, that is what I've been working on lately. I said it would be quick and not really super organized, but I thought I would talk a little bit about my daughter arriving. So as you all probably knew, I was expecting. My due date was February 22nd. I ended up having our daughter on February 11th. Funny enough, I posted a photo on Instagram of the sweater or the cardigan I knit for her and said, "It's done now, you can come anytime." And the next morning she broke my water. So yeah, she broke my water. I had her 12 hours later, which was a little bit of a shock. We were definitely not ready. We were still working on her nursery. My stuff still wasn't moved down here. So the house was a disaster. I would not have all of my stuff down in this room and her nursery done if it wasn't for my mom. She came and visited a couple weeks after she was born and helped me get the rest of the stuff down here. And then my sister came along and helped me start organizing it, which was also lovely. So very, very thankful for them. But yeah, she came early. I ended up having a emergency C-section, which was a little bit of a shock. So I was in the hospital for 3 days. We came home and I've just been momming. Like I said, she's almost 4 months old now. She's so much fun. She's definitely like talkative and playful, and I can have little conversations with her now. I think she might roll soon, which is really exciting. But also terrifying because right now she's so, I can keep her in one spot. So she's definitely going to do that soon. I think she's going to laugh soon. She's the sweetest little thing. So we are keeping her. I'll just preface this because just so people know, we are keeping her off of the internet, so I won't be sharing pictures of her or her name. But I did want to share a little bit about, I think that was the quickest rambly thing ever, but a little bit about my experience because I shared my pregnancy on here. I disappeared for a while because I was so sick during my pregnancy, so I just wanted you all to know that I'm doing well. I'm feeling more and more like myself every day. My husband and I love her to death. She's the sweetest little thing. I can't believe that I grew a human. It's such a strange feeling to look at her now and be like, oh, you were in my belly 4 months ago. But yeah, watching her on the monitor now, I don't know. She's just the sweetest little thing, and I'm so excited to be her mom. So yeah. Thank you for putting up with me during this whole rambly, I don't even know what this was. It was just nice to sit down and do something else again that makes me feel a little bit normal. So I appreciate you putting up with me, I guess. That's probably the wrong way to put it, but I appreciate you coming back. That's what I was looking for, especially because I just kind of disappeared, and I guess I posted a couple updates on the community tab on YouTube, but that's about all I've done, and I've still kind of been a little come and go on Instagram, so I appreciate you and your support and those of you who have reached out and asked how I was doing, and yeah, I'm hoping, like I said, to be back every couple weeks. I'm definitely not going to have like a set upload date or anything like that, but I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be doing things that make me feel a little bit more about myself again. I'm obviously a different person now because I'm a mom. Kind of makes me want to cry, but not in a bad way, in a good way. I've always wanted to be a mom, but yeah, I'm excited to do some things within motherhood that make me feel like myself as well. So I hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you for joining me. Let me know what you're working on down in the comments. We haven't talked in so long. I'd love to know what you're working on and how you're doing, and I've missed chatting with all of you, so thank you for joining me again. If you're new here, I'm sorry. This is a interesting episode to jump in on. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate if you did so. You can hit that like button as well to let me know that you like this video, like my content. I have tons of other videos that are great too, that are probably less scatterbrained. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll know every time I upload a new video, which is probably a good idea to do since things are going to be a little bit more sporadic in the next little while. So yeah, I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for coming back and joining me again. Bye.